Tiffany.
I'm Joe.
I'm Gio.
I'm Bart, and you're watching
AskTheFeels.
And today we have a question from Crystal Jail.
Crystal, guys.
Hey, I'm 13 and I still haven't gotten my period yet, and my friends have told me all these horror stories about their period experience, and I was just wondering, how did you tell your mom when you got your period, and how was your first period experience like? Thank you and bye.
My first period.
Don't take our spotlight, Joe.
Yeah.
Women's
Wait, so what was your
time.
question? How did you deal with it?
Yeah, how did you deal
tell
with
your
telling
mom?
your mom, and then how was that for you? Like your first time, how was it?
Well, for me, I got my period when I was 13, but I knew friends that they didn't get their period till they were like 15.
Me.
16. So
Dang.
you don't have to. Yeah, so you don't have to worry if you don't get it at that time. I mean, if it's already like 17 and you haven't gotten your period, maybe you should go to the doctor and check that out. But for my experience, when I got it when I was 13, I was so happy that I had gotten it the first day of spring break. So my first period, I got to be at home the whole week and just go through all that. But
And you had Easter eggs next to you.
yeah. But yeah, I remember when I woke up that morning, I went to the bathroom, I saw red, and I'm like, oh my god.
Where did you see red? Where did you see red?
In the toilet.
Oh,
I saw
not
it in
your
the
underwear.
toilet. Yeah, not on my underwear.
Oh, cool.
It happened when I peed, and then it came out then. And so I had already been preparing for that moment, because before getting my period, I really wanted to get it because I knew that after you get your period, that's when your boobs come in. So I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm ready for my boobs to come in. So
Is that true? So you can't get boobs first and then get your period?
Well, it's because it's the whole puberty, I guess. Like, your boobs come after you've already hit puberty. And so, since I had already been prepared with that, as soon as I got it, I told my mom, I'm like, oh my god, mom, I finally got it. So I was really happy. So I'm not sure how other people are.
Dang, mine was the complete opposite. So my mom didn't tell me jack shit about my period. I didn't know how to put on a pad. I didn't know how to put on anything.
That bitch.
Like they had briefly touched upon it at school, but because I was a freaking chatterbox, like ADD distracted kid, I'm like, cool. This is a moment where I'm not gonna have to do homework or listen to the stupid teacher. I'm just gonna chit chat with my friends. So I completely missed that entire lesson. I remember I was 14 going on 15. It was summer break for me. I was on a fishing trip with just my dad and me. And we were like on this private beach. So I woke up one morning and my underwear was just covered in blood, and I'm like, oh shit. And I'm like, what happened?
So it was a heavy day?
It was my first ever. So I was like, what the hell happened? But it wasn't like drenched, it was already dried. So it was like, it wasn't like a lot.
Did you think you need to go to the hospital?
No, and then I had to process it a little bit, and I'm like, oh shit, I think I just got my period. And then I was kind of freaking out, and I'm like, fuck, like this is gonna be so embarrassing. I don't want to talk to my mom about it. What am I gonna do?
Why is it
like,
so embarrassing?
because no one ever prepped me for it. So I just felt like something was wrong with me.
Gotcha.
I didn't realize how common it was and that every single woman goes through it. So for me, it was super, like, I was just mortified.
I'm gonna tell my daughter all about periods.
Yeah, me too. And when I got it, I wasn't prepared. I wasn't like Tiffany. I wasn't like, yay, this is awesome. I was more like, fuck, I can't believe this happened to me. Like, I'm not ready for it. I don't want to have to tell my mom. I don't want to have to buy tampons or whatever. So I remember that day, because I was still like, I think I was in Mexico too. I was there for like maybe the rest of the week because it was like summer vacation. And like, since I didn't have pads or anything, I had to use like toilet paper. Just to kind of
So you didn't tell your dad to go buy something?
No, that's if I could barely tell my mom, my dad was the last person in the world I was gonna tell.
I think he would have backed you up though.
I'm sure he would have.
You'll be like, Dad, I got my period. He's like,
I'm sure he would have. That's exactly.
and he would just come back with a fucking box of period shit, and he'll
Box
just
of
give it to
period
you. And he'll just give it to you. He'll have like 10 different brands, like from pads to tampons, because he doesn't know which one to get, and he'll just leave it there. And
I
you'll walk
could imagine
away.
him. He'd be like this. He'd be like, ah, mija. All right, I don't know what to get you, but.
You probably just take off this car seat cover and fucking fold it in a
Maybe.
square.
Yeah, I mean, but we were away from all of that stuff, but.
Get a spam musubi and put that in your panties.
But I remember I was so afraid and so embarrassed that I got my underwear and I like stuffed them in like my dirty clothes, and I didn't want to see it ever again. And then I remember when I came back home, my mom was washing my clothes for me, and then she would like, then she like sat me down. She's like, hey, did you start your period? And I'm like, oh God. And then that's how my first experience was. Yeah,
What
it was
do
horrible.
you think is the right age then to approach your kids? Because you know some kids get it early.
I fucking tell
I
them
think
since
there's
like they're like
at
6.
6?
Yeah, like when you're about to start hitting your puberty phases, I feel like that's when you need to start prepping.
Yeah, but it's like a huge range. It could be.
It is a
from,
huge
like,
range, but
8
I'm
to
just
15.
saying what the youngest would be. That's when I would probably start.
So like 5. Tell them at 5.
I don't know anyone that hits puberty at 5.
8
tell 'em
is
at
the
7.
youngest.
So
Then
tell them
8.
at 7. You don't want to be a day late. You know
Like
what I mean? You wanna
around
be
7 or
early.
8. Like around 7 or 8, I would probably tell
All right,
them.
so
Yeah,
7.
but then the school also does it too, like what Gio was saying, and I had the same video. Like
I never seen it.
You probably did, but knowing you, you were just probably like in your own head.
Yeah, probably me too.
I just knew I was gonna get hair. I think we had a book called Waiting for Adolescence.
Oh, good memory.
See, but that's what I mean. Like the school preps you already, so I guess when that time comes with the
Maybe
school,
5th grade.
I didn't know anything
Yeah.
about periods.
You didn't need
Because
to know
I bet
about
some
it.
kids got their periods after or before the school even preps them. Because they prep them at the average age.
So I would probably do it the ending, like maybe the transition from 4th to 5th. I would probably have that.
So that's 9 or 10. What if they get at 8? Then they're like, Mom, too late. I already
then
been
I talk to
bleeding for a
them.
whole year.
I'm gonna fucking teach my kids about science since they're little.
Yeah.
It's fucking science.
Yeah, I mean, I already started talking to Isaac about puberty because his voice has been changing, and like
I did notice it when I went over to your guys' house to eat the huli huli chicken. And then Isaac was talking to me and he was like saying something, his voice cracked. And I was like, what?
Really?
And I was like, no way, but he's 7. So I just ignored it. But then the whole time in the back of my mind, I was like, fuck, it's happening.
yeah, that's what's going through my mind too. I'm like, my baby, you're only 7, you're already crying.
Because now I imagine another Isaac with like a little dirty mustache and he's all grumpy and shit. Because like
With
now,
pimples everywhere.
Because now he's all happy, but you know once they hit that adolescence, they're like, so bored.
Hormones change.
Think they're all cool.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the last episode. Make sure to submit your own questions to AskTheFeels.com and we will do our best to answer them for you. Now, if you want to see any more videos, check it out over here.
Weird.
But if you go back to saying, is it possible that someone can be too nice? I don't think so. I think some people are just genuinely really chill people and they're super strong and centered to the point where like nothing really bothers them and they keep things simple and then they enjoy it. For you, maybe you're used to dating people who are fucking sensitive or always causing problems for no reason or whatever, and now you're finally with someone who's just chill and you're just like, what the fuck? This is so weird. You know, it could be a positive thing like that.